Hi, this is Mr. Evans. This video is the first video on business aims and objectives, which is covered in 3.1.3 within the AQA specification. And I'm going to have a look at these aims and objectives that businesses have. Now, what's an aim, what's an objective? It's a clearly stated goal that a business organises its resources in order to achieve. So what I mean by that is that a business has resources. It has labour, it's got workers, it's got capital, it's got machinery, they've got some land, and the manager, the enterprise, organises those resources in order to achieve this particular goal. And there are a range of goals that businesses might have. Some people make a distinction between aims and objectives. Objectives are sometimes defined as small, very clear, short-term goals that would help you achieve an overall aim, and you may have been told the acronym SMART. I'm not going to go into that in huge detail on here because it's not listed in the specification that you need to differentiate between aims and objectives. So AQA seem to be saying that they're interpreting aims and objectives as the same thing. So let's just understand an aim and objective as a goal that a business wants to achieve and organises its resources in a way that it can do that. So what are the typical aims that a business might have? So a business might simply have the aim of survival, having enough cash flow to pay their debts and continue operating, even if they're operating at a loss. Some businesses might just want to survive. Profit maximisation occurs when a business maximises revenue and minimises their costs. They're trying to make the most amount of excess money after they have subtracted costs from their revenues. Some businesses want to grow domestically and internationally, even more than making a profit. So Amazon are an example of a company that's put a huge amount of their profit, the huge amount of the money that they've made into increasing their infrastructure, building new depots and things in new countries so that they can increase their international reach. They've prioritised growth ahead of making a profit. And in fact, for many years, Amazon didn't make a profit at all. They just reinvested all of the money that they made and all of the money they got from investors in infrastructure, growing the company. Increasing market share. So this is when a business aims to increase the number of sales they make from consumers who previously used rival companies. In other words, Tesco have about 28% of the grocery market. That means about 28% of the groceries that are bought in the UK are bought from Tesco. If Tesco want to increase their market share to 30%, they're going to have to take customers from Sainsbury's, Asda, etc. And they may have the aim of doing that. Businesses might want to increase customer satisfaction where they meet or exceed customer expectations. They may have social and ethical objectives, which are a huge wide range of objectives related to moral values. Examples would be creating employment, reducing environmental damage. These might be the objectives that a business sets for itself. And finally, maximising shareholder value. This is when a business aims to increase the returns shareholders get through making dividend payment and increasing the organisation's share price. All of those aims, by the way, are listed in the specification as ones that you need to know. It might also be worth just thinking of businesses as a timeline. All right, this isn't perfect, but you can think maybe in some of those objectives as a timeline that businesses might have. So if we take a company like Amazon, in the first few years they might have just been trying to survive, break even, where their costs were equal to their revenue, so not making any money, just getting enough, getting by. Then at stage 2, the aims might have changed. Okay, so they've survived. Now they might want to increase their market share, increase customer satisfaction, and increase their sales. And certainly domestically across America, Amazon might have done it first, just trying to increase the size of the business domestically. That might have been stage 2. And at stage 3, as a business gets bigger, it increases its market share, becomes a market leader, customers are satisfied. At that point, they might want to profit maximize their shareholder value, and look to grow internationally. Now, of course, this is just a framework. It certainly isn't set in stone. We've got social and ethical aims as well, which could come at any point in time here. But this might just help you think about how business aims change as the business goes from being a small startup company to an established larger business.